show, my graduate art show, and I was so excited. There were more people there for Steve than me, 100%. They were like, well, I came here for your husband. I didn't even know, I didn't even care about art. I'm like, of course you are, you're here for Steve. And I would bring him up here, but I know how much you guys love a rectal foreign body story, and he is filled with them. We can do it all night. All night, you guys never get enough. You can never get enough. Tell me more. I need to know more. And you know, it's a little weird. It's weird. Here's the thing about the rectal foreign bodies, though, I've realized. Because sometimes he comes home distraught. Like, if you don't know, my husband's an ER doctor. And there's a few out in the audience too. Yes, woo! Sometimes he comes home distraught. Like, what is the world about? What is happening with the world? And I'm like, look at it this way. There's a lot of imagination. There's a lot of imagination. Humanity, man, is using their great imagination. When I say man, I mean men. Men! Only men. If a woman comes in with a rectal foreign body, there's a man involved. 100% that's not a woman's idea. We have our own thing that works really well. So we don't need it. Right? We don't need it. Some of you straight guys are out there telling the gay men, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's all men. It's all men. You know, it's fun. Let's hear it again for Julie and RJ. Woo! Isn't it awesome? Gotta love RJ. Gotta love RJ. He's the best. He's great. He's really got me the show, got me here, and I'm so excited. I really owe him a lot. He's great. RJ's a good dude, and he's a Rice. I don't know if you know this, but the Rices are kind of a big deal. Have you been to Rice? I heard a lot of you fans. You've been to Rice Stadium? That's who they are. The Rices. If you come to Holiday and you throw a dart, you will hit a Rice. Or a Frederick. You'll hit one of those things. Either a Rice or a Frederick. And it's great. It's so great. We have a long history, kind of goes back. We decided to name the show Kind of Related because we're kind of related. We're actually not related at all. But RJ's cousin married my sister. RJ's other cousin was my brother's best friend in high school. RJ's other cousins were my grade school bullies. Here's what your name for a hill. Oh, that was actually really nice. It was Zach. And Zach, you know what? Looking back, and they turned out to just be nice guys. They turned out to be just nice dads. And you know what? Oompa Loompa is a cool nickname. And my face is a little bit orange. So, they were bullies. They were bullies. RJ's grandpa married us for time and all eternity. Yeah. Take that. He married us. It was great. Now, if you don't know anything about the Rices, Nana and Papa Rice, they actually have a really cool story. They're like a true rags to riches, like Horatio Alger story. They were like in it, like trailer park. They had some alcohol problems. They ended up getting their life cleaned up, doing the church thing, getting all this stuff, and they had this amazing posterity. There's this incredible posterity. You can only imagine them up in heaven, just looking down on all their grandkids and their great grandkids, and just looking around and saying, RJ, what the hell? You did all that? This is what you're doing? Okay. I'm proud of RJ though. He's making his own path. You know what I mean? He had like the keys to the kingdom. He could have been like heavily involved in a very successful family business. He said, no, I want to be a personal trainer and a stand-up comedian. That's what I want to do. Here's the thing about that, is that he has the chance to be the prodigal son. One day he can walk back and be like, I'm here, people, I'm back. I'm taking it back. I don't care that you've been here the whole time, Joey, doing the right thing. I'm here and now I'm in charge. Take that. I know, Grandpa Rice is like, he's actually proud. He's like, listen, RJ, taking a hero's dose of mushrooms is not the same as being a hero. We've got a couple birthdays here tonight I don't want to forget about. I got Susan Kruger Barber in the front. Woo! I got Paul here in the front. Woo! Anybody else's birthday tonight? Happy birthday. This just shows you middle age. Middle age, you're like, I turned 50, yes, I'll go hang out at a comedy club. That's it. That's how sad our lives are. But it's great. It's great. It's something to do. Usually we got nothing. RJ and I also are co-parenting his daughter and my daughter. I have custody most of the time. I will say that. I have most of the custody. That is for sure. Is RJ's ex, is Maddie in here, by the way? Okay, I won't make the joke, but Maddie's the best. He should not have said that. We don't say the C word. And let me say this. I have more people from the Rice family contacting me, should we come to the show? I am nervous. What's he going to say? What's he going to do? Am I going to be all right? And we made it through. And it was great. It was great. But RJ and I are in the same community, and we have an awesome community. A lot of you people are here, and it's great. And it's fun because we've got high school kids, we've got junior high kids, and the kids are up to good stuff. You know what I mean? They're doing fun things, they're doing great things, they're doing theater, they're doing dance, they're doing football, they're doing soccer. And my son's in football, which is great. And you know what? In holiday, football's chill. It's super chill. So chill. When you talk to the parents, they're like, this is just for fun. This is fun. We're making connections. We're just learning to compete. We don't care. And that's what they say to your face. That's what they say to your face. In their mind, there's a hamster wheel going, if my kid would just get more reps, he can play Division I. If they would let him play more, if they wouldn't take him out, that's what's going on. But to their face, to our faces, we're really polite to each other. We talk about each other behind each other's backs. That's the way we should do it. That's what you do. These parents, they don't yell at coaches in front of you. They wait till later. They wait till later. They wait till they can go home, devise a plan, create some cue cards, then they scream at the coaches. That's what they do. And the best part about that is that they scream at the coaches and they think that we don't know. We all know. We all know. We all know that you're calling the coaches and that you're yelling and they want your kid to play. Here's the problem. East side of Salt Lake, we've got skill, we've got skill, we've got speed, we don't have size. We don't have size. No. And I blame the men of Salt Lake City. I blame you mostly because you want big strapping sons. You crave a big strapping son. But you're only attracted to like itty bitty little pretty things. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I carry around the baby drawer. I'm gonna tiny things. That's okay. This room is filled with itty bitty pretties. We love you. We love the itty bitty pretties. You're so pretty. Here's the thing. I've been many sizes over the years. I've been all the sizes. But when I was growing up, I was very average. I was average height, average weight. But on holiday, I may as well have been a beast. A giant beast! She's an Amazon! She's a beast. So I had to go elsewhere. I had to go find myself a corn-fed boy. We breed HBS. We breed Harvard Business School. We are breeding finance pros. That's what we're breeding. Finance pros. Which isn't bad. It's not bad. Listen, the size doesn't really matter. I am married to a giant beast of a man. I am married to a 6'6", 285-pound gorilla. Is what I'm saying. And it's good in some ways, and sometimes it's hard. You know what I mean? You want to fly? Not convenient. Not convenient. There's just a really small time in life where we want these big guys, and that's it. But you don't breed D1, you breed HBS, that's what it is. I tried to breed D1 with my giant husband, but we could not can't figure out how babies move. We couldn't figure out how to have kids. We couldn't do it. I mean, my husband's a doctor. It's like, did you miss that day in medical school? It's like that in combination with my really healthy sex education in the Utah public school. That's really good. Here's the thing. We want to teach it in the home. Okay, here's the problem with wanting to teach your kids about sex in the home. If you're a certain generation in a certain culture, you've never said the word vagina. And if you can't say the word vagina, you can't teach your kids about sex. Even now, some of you are out there like, she said that. It's just a body part. That's it. That's the thing. You can't say the word, you can't say it. Even if you are going to do abstinence only, you still have to tell them what they're abstaining from. They have to know, or they're going to be like, well, my friend got pregnant just by being in the hot tub with her boyfriend. So you have to be able to say, vagina, and then you can do it. My mom would read us this book called How Babies Are Made. It's a good read. It's actually kind of an artistic, my friend Susan, it's kind of an artistic book. It's made with these paper cutouts, you know. It starts with this thing that says, you were once smaller than a dot. Then it goes through the whole fertility cycle. And then it has like a paper cutout of a couple chickens, you know. I'm not gonna whisper. It's got a paper cutout of some dogs, and it's a paper cutout of people. It's very confusing. Very confusing. But one day my mom decided to read, she read that to us a lot, but one day she read it to me and my friend Joanna. My friend Joanna's parents are in. And we were about 4, and it was great. My little brother Robbie was sweet. Little brother Bobby was about 1. And she went to go make lunch, and she came back in, and my friend Joanna was laying on top of my brother. I said, what are you doing? What are you doing, Joanna? She said, I'm fertilized. And my brother's been scarred ever since. And that's how we got alopecia. And that's why he called me from his honeymoon. But that's what happened. So that's how we learned. We didn't know. So we finally got to the point where we were going to adopt. We were going to go and adopt, which is great. Steve's sisters are adopted. We love adoption. It's so awesome. And when we told people we were going to adopt, 99.999% of people said, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My brother's adopted, it's amazing. My sister's adopted, you'll love it. I'm adopted, my dad's adopted. But the other 0.001% would come up and say, I heard you're adopting. Are you worried? Are you worried enough? And I'd be like, worried about what? You know, yeah, I mean, it's got some things. No, you don't even know what you're gonna get. You don't even know what you're gonna get. And I'm like, girl, I mean, I'm hoping for live human baby, but at this point, I will take anything. Bring a little piglet out. I have given birth to 4 dead babies. I am chasing women around the mall. And they're pregnant. Like, I don't see a ring on your finger. Do you want to give me your baby? Can I have your baby? My sisters are like up in my mom's attic, digging out the Cabbage Patch dolls, making them new clothes, filling them with beans to give them away. Kid can carry these around. That will help her. I mean, I didn't care. I'm looking at this lady, and she's got her ham-faced child humping the sidewalk, finger up his nose, and I'm like, listen, you knew what you were going to get, and it still worked for it. You know what I mean? You knew what you were going to get. It still worked for it. It's good. My dad said it best. He said, this baby could come out without wings and polka dots and fly around the room. But we'll just talk about how gifted he is. Exactly right. And after all that, honestly, the only time I ever worried about what we were going to get, when I finally got pregnant again, it was evident we were going to have a biological child. And I was like, damn it, Steve. We don't know what we're going to get. I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, I'm like, it could be any combination. She came out beautifully. The thing they don't tell you about adoption, though, they don't prepare you. What if you get a baby that's like far genetically superior to you? Which is what we ended up with. We ended up with a genetically superior child. It's crazy. Here's the thing. Going back to the football thing, your kid is a good athlete. Your kid's a good athlete. He's a good-looking kid. He's not the best. He's not the best. Your kid's a good athlete. He's not the best. That's just all there's to it. Now some of you are sitting there thinking, how would she know? How does she know that? Do you know how I know? Because my kid is. My kid's the best! Because I don't feel bad! He's actually really too, but it's fine. It's fine. No, I don't feel bad about bragging about it because he's adopted. It's like, well, I didn't have anything to do with it. You brag about your kid, that's weird. You got issues. Everybody around it's like, well, it's just how it is. He's incredible. He's incredible. Anyway, we love our kids. We're so lucky to have them. We live in such an awesome community. We really do. We live in a great community, and we're grateful because you've heard that like your kids' biggest influence is their friends, but their friends' parents are actually a huge influence. And we have these amazing friend parents. The friend parents are better than we, and they've got stuff. They've got boats and things. We don't have boats. We don't have boats. My kids are going to go to Lake Powell. They're going with friends, right? They're going with friends, and Lake Powell's kind of a big deal. I want to hear from you if you like Lake Powell. I want to hear from you if you love Lake Powell. How about those people that would die for Lake Powell? Die? Yes. Listen, if you die for Lake Powell, you pretty much, if you go enough times, you kind of have to die. You kind of have to be willing to die. Because that's how Lake Powell is. Lake Powell is incredible. I'm convinced that people love Lake Powell as much as they do because they're trauma bonded to it. You know what I mean? They're trauma bonded. It's an amazing place. It's incredible. But like you hear these crazy stories. Like RJ's grandpa and my brother-in-law's grandpa, his house burned down all the way to the hole in the marina. All the way. And they're like jumping off for their lives. It's crazy. You tell most people that story and they're like, no way. You tell a seasoned Lake Powell person that, they're like, oh yeah. Ours went in 05. We lost ours in 05. Yeah, ours didn't burn down, but the sun got over in Wildweed, you know what I mean? Yeah, the roof threw off the thing. Really, that's why it's kind of like parenting. You love it so much because it's hard. It's really, really hard. And if you make it a lot home alive, you're like, we did it! We made it home alive! That's what Lake Powell is like. And it's fun. We appreciate the people that have taken us. And then we'll take our kids because we're never going to get a boat. That's how it is. So I love going on trips with buddies. You know, when people, like you have different couples, you go on trips with them in different families. That's so fun. And back in the day when we first started doing it was kind of equal. You know what I mean? Someone would be like, I think I could scrum up a side-by-side. And someone else would be like, yeah, I think I can get my hands on a boat. And someone else would be like, we can borrow my neighbor's cabin. And it was really fun. But as you get older and you kind of live in a wealthy area, people start to accumulate a lot of money and a lot of stuff. And somehow or other, Steve and I did not end up accumulating those things. And so we're on a trip, and we're like, it used to be, like everybody show up with something, and they have something to provide. But now, like, we went on a trip, and it's like, yeah, we'll bring the side-by-sides, we're going to bring the motorcycles, we'll bring the boats, we bought another cabin, we've got a cabin too, we're going to do this. And we're sitting there like, we've got to suit your kid and record for a money story. That's all we have. A couple of years ago, one of the best things that's ever happened to us, though, happened. My friend Caitlin was helping me make dinner. She sliced her hand up. And we were like, it's the big show. We're about to prove our word. And thankfully, there was a suture kit. Steve stitched her up. She fainted. They thought he was a hero. We're like, he's incredible. On these trips, I'm not praying for people to get injured. It's just like, please let everybody be safe. But if there's a dislocation, laceration, or real light resuscitation, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Otherwise, they're going to start figuring out these people are dead weight. They can't even wake surf. Why are they here? Why did we invite them? We're doing our best. Sometimes in these neighborhoods, some cliques start, you know what I mean? And you try not to, I feel pretty good, like I think people are pretty good. I think if you really went up to people and said, hey, I need a friend, there's enough people that are great. But there's some cliques. And I remember telling somebody, there's no cliques. There's no cliques. And this girl said, could it be that you're in one? And I'm like, oh. I guess it could be. I mean, I do have these matching relationships with all of them. We created a song and maybe I don't know. But I also think there's secret societies. This kind of speaks to RJ's conspiracy theory too. I think there's actually a couple of secret societies. And I'm going to tell you why. Hear me out. My husband and I take a lot of walks. We walk a lot. We're kind of those people, everybody's diving into their house, and they're like, here come the moose again. And we never talk. They're coming! Hurry! They saw us! We take a lot of walks, and I've noticed some things, and I think there's some, like a secret society hiding in plain sight. And I think it centers around these white wreaths. Go for a walk in your neighborhood and check out the white wreaths. Listen, there's a bunch of you in here with those white wreaths, and I know you're not going to tell me what it is. And you're like, it's nothing. No, it's not. It's just a coffee filter wreath, isn't it? I swear it's something. I'm not kidding. And what I'm determined, I'm not. This is all just me, positing on this. I think if you have just a round wreath and just one, then you're just a member. But when I envision, there's some sort of, I don't know how people get initiated. I don't know if there's candles or puppy sleeves. I don't know what's involved. But I feel like this is real. So you got one white wreath, but then you walk by some house and they have two white wreaths. Two of them. You're like, ooh, there's a leader there. There's a leader there. I think the Grand Wizards. The Grand Wizards square. There's only a few of those. And in my neighborhood, they're all blonde. They're all blonde ladies with the square wreath. You got a square wreath. But the Grand Priestesses, the number one head priestesses, is any grown-ass woman wearing a bow in there. That's it! I'm not talking about a ribbon. I'm not talking about your ribbon and your points. I'm talking about a full-fledged Jenny and the Queen green makeup. That's what I'm talking. If you can pull off a bow, you're a priestess of some kind. That's it. You're in charge. And really, and I think so RJ's cousin is married to this girl. She's the bow master. Everybody's got a Jenny McQueen green bow. You all have one, even if you don't think you do. I don't know if she's in charge of this, but I think the bows, they put ribbons on them. You know that there's secret things with the ribbons. You know what I mean? You got a blue buffalo check. That means like meet up at dawn. You know what I'm saying? Blue buffalo check with a little yellow thing. I don't even know. I'm trying to figure it out. Help me out here. I'm obviously never going to wear a bow. So you can tell me your secret's safe with me. Some of you, oh no, you can go buy one of those. No, I went down to Knott School. They asked me my name. They went to the back room. They came back and said, sorry. I was like, why did you even know my name? Then we went to Amy. I was like, white wreath, please. And they're like, name. And I'm like, name again. We went to the back room. This time I spotted this leather-bound book. And again, rejected again. So I know I'm not involved in that clique. All right, speaking of secret societies, and this is not so secret, some of us got new underwear recently. Calm down. Calm down, I'm part of the club, it's calm, I can talk about it. And some of you are wondering, like, what are you talking about? Women's got new garments, and they're sleeveless. You're about to see some sexy shoulders. A lot of sexy shoulders, yes. Unrevealed, as if all these women don't spend 90% of their time in their workout gear. But you're going to see some sexy shoulders. And listen, I'm against it. I know some of you are so excited. I'm against it, and here's why. Here's why I'm against it. First of all, could this not come out 20 years ago when I had good arms? These got wings, I'm like, come on. Hey. I'd feel better if they said, hey, we're moving to 3/4. Otherwise, you would see me out in the TikTok all the time. The other reason I'm against it is how are we going to judge each other? Now we just got to look for the lengthening. And you know we all do it. You know, both sides. You know when big party and someone walks in and you see that garment line, oh, great. This party just went downhill. You know it's true. It's not bad judgment, it's just a little light judgment. You know what I'm saying? A little light judgment. I used to have pretty good arms. And then particularly for about an hour and a half back in 2007. I went out to the mailbox and our Christmas cards in there. It was great. Now, there's a lot of great photographers now. If Nikki Plaza's out there, she's my number one. We love her. There's a lot of great photographers, but anybody who was anybody in the Salt Lake Valley back in the day would go to Busey is great. I'm just saying, these people are wizards. And my mom always went to Busey, right? So we got in our car, I pulled it out, and it was a beautiful picture, and there I was in the front, and I had my arm out, and my arm was spectacular. I was like, oh my gosh. It was long, it was lean, it had that little tricep muscle. It was incredible! I was seriously like, have I had body dysmorphia this whole time? Look at this arm! Oh, I laid on the couch and just gazed at it. My beautiful arm. I put it up on the corkboard. Then my husband came home not long after that. He walked in and I said, go look at the Christmas card. I said, okay. I said, oh, this is nice. He said, holy crap, what happened to your arm? Have you seen your arm in this game? It's so amazing. How do they do that? They took the arm off somebody else and put it on you? That's not even remotely close to your arm. I thought that's the way my arm was. The only thing that was nice about that, we lived out of state, so I said, well, everybody will think it's fine. You know, you see, they're wizards. They're wizards. Come to find out, my mom has been photoshopping us for years. She's making us look so good. When my dad passed away a few years ago, we were trying to find a good picture of him. And we found this great picture of him. I called Busey and I said, I need a picture. I wanted to look distinguished. He looked a little chubby. And he hated to be chubby. The problem was he was chubby. You know what I mean? He looked a little chubby. He didn't want to look chubby. He was chubby. So what are you going to do? So I called the Photoshop people and said, can you just slice up, can you shave them? And so they did. I still looked a little chubby. So I called them, can you shave them? Finally, I called the third time and the lady said, listen to me. Listen to me real quick. I can do a lot. Tell me this. Is this what he looks like? And I said, yes. And she said, where he is, it won't matter. I'm like, you're right. So I'm sorry now about your chubby picture. I open the next slide and it all works out for you. It's great. But they were masters. They were masters. Kind of switching gears here for a minute, thinking about judging and things like that. We are losing grandmas at an alarming rate. There are very few grandmas anymore. No, we just don't have grandmas anymore. Real true grandmas. No, they're being replaced with nonis and mimis and jimis and tutus and zazas. There's no more grandmas. There's Grandma Zaza. There's hot tutus. No, we don't have poofy hair. We're hot grandmas. We're cool grandmas. That's how we are. We're noni. No, we're baby. Don't call me grandma. That's an old lady. I'm not an old lady. Back in the day, I had grandmas. I had legit grandmas. When you went to your grandma's house, remember that you show your grandma that you do a little work, you know, get to the storage unit, pull out the stuff, reach down in that thing, pick up the dead fruit under the fruit tree. Right? Go pick up 200 walnuts and bring them back. Roast them. Slice all these peaches, we'll put it on the dehydrator. That's what you did at your grandma's house. And then you play. She'd let you play a lot. You're always outside. Play. My grandma had this huge rectangular trampoline. They didn't have those nets around. We would just fly. We would just jump, flying. She had 28 grandchildren. I'm the only person that broke bone on that. It was amazing. We jump off the RV. Right. She had a swing set that was wood and metal. It was awesome. It's like burning your hand, you're getting a sliver. I had a sliver in my butt cheek for like 3 years. It was amazing. But we loved it there. We loved it. And then you have a little lunch, a little half sandwich, and get like canned peaches, some vinegar, cucumbers, a little scoop of cottage cheese. It was great. It was great. And then if you were good, you get a little scoop of ice cream with some apricot nectar. It was a wonderful day. And on your birthdays, you'd get like a gift and some money, and that was that. They'd come to your recitals and maybe one game. And it was wonderful. It was great. Not Noni's. No. Not no. If you do any work at Mimi's house, you're getting paid like $30 an hour. I went to Mimi's and I made $150. It was the best. If that's the work you did. And you played? No, you're not playing there. She's taking you all over the place. She's taking you to Get Air. She's taking you to the zoo. She's taking you to Hawaii. She's taking you everywhere. You got a Noni in your life, or a Mimi, or a tutu. You don't even bother buying your daughter an Easter dress. She's already got 4 picked out from 420 sailors. She's already got the whole quarter. Don't even bother. Don't bother. And she's not going to make you eat a little half sandwich with a scoop of cottage cheese. She's going to take you to Cafe Rio, and then we'll take the other one to Tony Burgers, because they all want something different, but Noni's going to take care of you. She'll take care of you. You didn't make the soccer team, we're going to Italy. We're going to Italy. Noni will take it. Poor thing. Your mean mom wouldn't buy you that Lululemon thing. I will FaceTime you later, and then I'll show him, and you tell me which one you want, okay? Mimi doesn't want you to go without me, Mom. I have a legit, my mother-in-law's here. Give it up for Rome. She's like one of the last real grandmas there. She's still an old school grandma. My mom's a grandma in name. She likes to be called a grandma, but she's paid a few kids to do work in her house. So she gets a lot of gifts. She gets a lot of gifts. So does Rochelle. And Rochelle is the best. She's like the goat. She's like the old school grandma. You know, you go to her house, you do a little work, play a ton of cards, right? And she loves to play cards. She loves to play games. She's had the kids playing Sorry all the time. She holds no quarter for children. No, she's out there. Sorry! The kids cry, oh no, it doesn't matter. Grandma Rowe does not let little kids win. How are we gonna learn if they win everything? No. But she's the best. And she's been an awesome mother-in-law. Now, some people say, I think you love her because she lives exactly 1,546.2 miles. We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. I don't think that's right, but we'll never know. And she's never going to live in Salt Lake, and I'm never going to live in Decatur. My husband's from Decatur, Illinois. It's a great place. It's a great place.
Yeah.
But it might not be a great place. If you can picture Detroit, but smaller. That's what Decatur is. It's a great Midwestern factory town. And my mother-in-law, who has the greatest attitude, there's nothing that you can find anywhere that you can't find in Decatur. There's nothing. They have a water park. They just got a water park. It's kind of a bastardized version of Cowabunga Bay. It's incredible. They got a water park. If you go to the mall, there are 3 stores in there. It's pretty much empty. It smells funny because it's got a lot of soybeans and cornstarch in the works. But according to Rochelle, it smells like bread and butter. So there you go. And one of her biggest pet peeves, though, is when Utahns come into town. Now listen, for those of you who are not Mormon and Mormons drive you crazy, try being a Mormon out of state and having Mormons come to town. That will drive you the most crazy. Those people, you got nothing on those people. You think that Mormons bug you? No. Outside of Utah Mormons, can't stand Utah Mormons. No, they love them, But they just don't like us because we come into town and like, you're doing your own. So how do you do that? Oh, cute, you've got 4 young women. We've got 400. That's sweet. But the missionaries, they'll come in and they'll bear their testimony and be like, I just missed the mountains. That's her word. That's her biggest pet peeve. Damn you and your mountains. Heaven forbid a 19-year-old homesick kid misses the mountains. about the mountains. What's so great about Salt Lake City? What does Salt Lake have that Decatur doesn't have? It's a little bit like your flat-chested friend, looking over at the buxom blonde in the corner and be like, what does she have that I don't have? It's a terrain issue. I'm not saying that she's better, I'm just saying it's different terrain. And there's 15 million people that come here internationally to see the mountains. But the mountains in Colorado are better. She thinks they're prettier. So there you go. No, but I appreciate her, and she loves me, and she's always been super nice. And listen, I'm not a perfect daughter-in-law. I'm not, for sure. But she doesn't ever tell me, and I appreciate that. But I have to say this. Her love language is thank you notes. My love language is not writing thank you notes. And there we are slightly at odds. Because she does tell me how many thank you notes she gets from Maddie's kids, and my kids are terrible. So Maddie's kids wrote me the best thank you notes, and I'm like, son of a gun! These stupid notes! So today, in front of 250 people, I am going to give my mother-in-law a thank you note. I'm really someone can write it down, because I'm pretty sure even if I say it, it might not count. You know what I'm saying? Because like a text doesn't count, so me saying it might not count. So if someone can write it down, I'll sign it. This is 24 years of thank yous. Rochelle, thank you for being the best mother-in-law I've ever had and ever hope to have. Thank you for giving birth to the giant child. Thank you for raising a hard worker and a wonderful person. Thank you for the Betty Croft and Barrow pajama set spot with Kohl's cash. Thank you for all the card games and being very patient with me because I'm always terrible at card games and I'm always on her team and she's never gotten mad at me once, and you can tell her. Thank you for that. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for having so much confidence. As my husband says, her calling an election is self-assured. I love you. P.S. I promise not to tell anybody what you used to call Brazil nuts. And I also maybe you call me the same thing too, I don't know. And I also promise not to tell Lynette what Uncle Charlie's one-arm violin means. And for that, I want to say thank you to the audience. Thank you for being the best audience. You still gotta get a job.